Hello friends, it is a birthday morning, which means birthday donuts. We're gonna bring you along for the day and we're gonna do some baking, some cooking, and celebrate Hunter's 15th birthday. We would like to thank Graza Olive Oil for sponsoring today's video. We'll tell you a little bit more about them later.
Cheese stick and Coke.
2, 3. Okay. All right, friends, it is time to get started for the day. Look at this awesome new apron I got for Christmas. I have wanted one of these for a long time. I think it's called Headley and Bennett, but look at these pretty flowers. Anyways, we have a lot of things to do today. I've got a whole list here. We're gonna spend the day in the kitchen. I was recently watching Acre Homestead and she made homemade tortillas. I wanna try it if we have enough time. If not, I do have some in the freezer. I need to make a cake. We got some rice, fish tacos. So we wanna make pico and guac. You may have seen me make a cake recently for my daughter's first birthday. We are going to attempt the same process again, but with snowboarding. I have some inspiration pics here just to kind of give me color references. And then I pieced together a photo here. We're gonna try and make a snowboarding cake. It's a really cool process. If you didn't see that video, I hope you'll enjoy seeing it today. We got a lot to do. So first up, I'm gonna go get the fish out of the freezer so that it can thaw for dinner tonight. It is around 10 o'clock in the morning right now. So hopefully we can move through all these projects today and have some good results for his birthday dinner tonight. All right, we've got some ice cream that is going to be getting soft for our ice cream cake. And then 2 packages of halibut that we harvested this summer going into the sink so that it can thaw out for dinner tonight. That's step 1. I've got these eggs out here getting to room temperature so that they'll be ready to make the cake. Now this cake is from a blog called The Squeaky Mixer, and she has an amazing tutorial on it, step by step. The only way that I was able to be successful the first time, but I did buy a few things recently to hopefully make this even more successful this time. I got some white gel food coloring, so if you want to make a white color, I have this now. Did not have that the first time. And I also bought some gel food coloring in squeeze bottles, so you can just squeeze it in. So I'm hoping that will make the process a little bit easier today. These are some fun colors. You can see there. Oh, this has white in it. I didn't realize this came with white. Oh well. I had so much fun making the first cake. I envisioned making a lot of cakes like this in the future, so we've got the supplies now. Now this recipe does not call for making an ice cream cake. I just kind of like to combine it because then you don't have to serve ice cream and cake. You can just have it all in one. So we're gonna make the crust and then put the ice cream in it, and then that can go into the freezer, and then we can make the top of the cake. Little Miss Violet woke up and is enjoying a birthday donut. Is that yummy? Yeah. Somebody found my Oreos I bought for this. Thankfully, they didn't eat them all. There are just enough to make our Oreo crust. I'm going to be making a bigger pan today. This is like a 9 by 13 pan. So I need 30 Oreos and 8 tablespoons of butter to make our crust. I'm gonna set you over here so we can not trip over you a little bit, okay? We're gonna crush them with a rolling pin. Yeah. And in the meantime, I'm going to also be melting this 8 tablespoons of butter. Ow. Totally smashed my finger. Yeah. You like that? You want to do some pounding? All right, I think we have a pretty good powder here. Usually for an ice cream cake, I like to use a springform pan, but I think I'm just gonna do a rectangle today because the picture I wanna make, I think will be better as a rectangle. I guess it would be fine as a circle. I don't know. We're going for a bigger canvas today. But I'm hoping with the parchment paper, we can just kind of pop it out. Crumbs into the butter to make a very simple crust. Hope this is enough. Okay, we have our bottom done. Now we get to scoop the ice cream in. That's been softening. Still a little bit hard. We might have to wait a few minutes. It's always kind of fun to scoop the entire thing of ice cream out at one time. Just gonna set this off to the side and let it thaw for a few minutes before I can spread it. Tracing my parchment paper so that I can cut it out and fit it into this cake pan. Gotta come up with my picture, my final picture idea. I was talking to I was talking to my dad this morning. He said, oh, you're gonna make Hunter sad with a snowboarding cake because the snow has been so terrible and he hasn't been able to go snowboarding. And he's just really wanting to go snowboarding, but I still want to make him a snowboarding cake. So this is an edible food marker. That's what we're gonna use so that we're not contaminating anything. I think I like this snowboarder. I need it a little bit bigger. Maybe I need to go print my picture just a little bit bigger so I can copy it. It might be easier if I can like trace it. All right, I printed out the snowboarder bigger so it could be the star of this cake. All right, we're keeping the shape pretty simple because you gotta be able to fill it in with cake batter. So, can't like add a ton of detail, but we're gonna know that it's a snowboarder for sure. Here's our little snowboarder. Now I'm gonna add some things into the background. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but we got a snowboarder at a ski resort doing a jump. And see how this goes. Now we gotta make the cake before we can do the fun part. Let's get this all done. A little more ice cream. I knew that this would be a little bit more than just a carton. Oh, you doing okay, baby? Yeah. Yeah. smooth this all out. You're blowing raspberries? The bottom of our cake is done, so this is gonna go back into the freezer. Often here in Alaska, I'll just put things on the side porch of our house because it's cold enough. It hasn't been cold enough lately, so I'm gonna go stick this in the freezer and then we will get to making the top of the cake. Let's get you cleaned up so you can play. Wanna make a cake? Wanna play? You got some donut in your hair. A lot of the donut ended up on the floor. That's good. We don't want all that in her belly. Huh. Oh, we got a little bit more. Oh, a little on your eyeball. And a little on your mouth. Okay. All right, got baby girl cleaned up and ready for the day. I'm just planning out my colors that I'm gonna need to make the cake. Different shades of blue, white, green. I'm trying to decide what color the snowboard hunter is gonna be. And then we will get started. Violet's got lots to say. Uh-oh. We'll figure it out. Let's do it. Okay, Violet's gonna do some jumping while we get our cake started. We're gonna separate 12 egg whites from the yolks. Dada's not here. 6. I'm having a hard time with these eggshells. They just feel like they're just so weak. Here we go. Okay, I think we're at 12. Kind of a mess. Oh, I do have a shell in there I gotta get out. Thought I got them all, but. Okay, got it out. We're gonna put our egg whites off to the side and whip up our egg yolks with some sugar, vegetable oil, milk, vanilla, and eventually some flour. Egg yolks, half a cup of sugar, half a cup of oil, half a cup of milk, 4 teaspoons of vanilla, so 1 tablespoon plus another teaspoon, another splash for good luck. All right, let's mix this up. Next, we are going to do 2 cups of flour and 1/4 cup cornstarch. thought she sifted the flour in the video. Let's sift the second one. Forgot about that. That's okay. After you add the flour and the cornstarch, this mixture gets very thick. It's a bright yellow. And then we're gonna move on to our egg whites, which are what make this cake rise. There's no other rising agent in it, is there? I guess, what does the cornstarch do? I don't know. Okay, usually cornstarch is for thickening. Thick batter here. And move over to our mixer for the egg whites. We're going to whip our egg whites until they have stiff peaks. First, we're just going to do the egg whites. Then we add some vinegar, which is kind of a strange ingredient, but the explanation says that vinegar helps stabilize the egg whites and allows them to reach stiff peaks more easily, ensuring the cake remains light and airy. So we're gonna add the vinegar. Okay, so we're gonna add this in and we're just gonna go for frothy eggs and then we'll add in our sugar and vinegar. Okay, we got frothy eggs. So now we're just you want it to stand up on its own like that. I think we're good. Now this is the part that kind of scares me a little bit. You want to just add it in very carefully so that you don't deflate your egg whites. So we just add it until it barely mixes together. It says maybe even do it in like 3 different batches. Didn't do that last time, but I can see why. So you just want to fold it in and turn your bowl and not kill those nice bubbles that you just created, or the air that you just created. So this batter ends up quite yellow because of all those egg yolks. So this time I did get myself some white food coloring to be able to have a nice white color. There's some snow. This design is a bit more intricate than the first design I did, so I'm hoping I can make it work. This will make 3 8-inch round circle pans, but I only need 1 cake, so I may just do it all into this 9 by 13. We'll see what I end up with. I did realize last time I made this, I needed a lot less of the colors than I thought I was going to, because you're just making a super thin layer with the colors. Okay, I think we're pretty close here. It's a little bit streaky, but we don't want to overmix it. Look how nice and fluffy it still is. brief intermission. We'll be back to start coloring our cake mix. We are back. The oven is heating to 375. I am going to add some colors to this. My list of colors is white, black for outline, 3 shades of blue, green, and maybe red and yellow for some contrast colors. So we're gonna start with white, and I'm just gonna do it from my set because then we can see how the set works. These had really good reviews from cake decorators. And I just use these really inexpensive piping bags and stick them inside of a cup so that I can get the batter into them more easily. So I gotta have that ready. And then we're gonna mix up some white. So I need white for snow and then some details. I'm just gonna do 2 scoops. It's probably too much actually. And I just try and be really gentle while I'm mixing. These are brand new, we gotta open them up. All right, so here's the before, has a yellow tint to it. I don't know how much to add. We're just gonna start with a little bit. Mix. Definitely lightening up. Wow, that works good. Kind of surprising how well that works. Got a nice white now. I had never even thought that there was a white food coloring until I started doing research for this. Makes sense though. Okay, we got a nice white. I don't cut the end off until I'm ready to use it. Now, next I'm gonna go for a couple different shades of blue. I'm gonna start with a lot, and then I'm just gonna add different shades to it, or maybe add some white or a darker color to make it a little different. You're still hungry? This one is called Sky Blue. We have some peacock blue and navy blue if we want to go darker. Hey Hunter. Birthday boy just showed up. He's gonna get a preview of his cake. I'm filming.
Oh, you're making a cake?
Yep.
Cool. Am I allowed to see?
If you don't want to be surprised, it's up to you. What color do you want your snowboard to be? What color do you want your snowboard to be?
I don't know.
And your helmet? Because it needs to not be black, or it's going to be like a black jacket or black, it'll just be all black. It'll be... Okay, I added some white into the blue to go for a lighter blue. Okay, this last color of blue, I'm just gonna add white into the, what's left in this bowl, and then see if we can get a really light blue. We're multitasking here. Violet needs some food. Okay, let's make sure we don't accidentally mix that in. Baby food flavor. Take a look. Okay, next we're going for Christmas green. Inky. All right, I'm feeling a little nervous. I feel like I need one more, like a darker blue for some reason. Sapphire blue turned out really pretty. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm feeling a little bit nervous. I want this to look nice and I just don't want it to be like one big blob of a mess. Once you put this in your pan with the like oil on the back, it does make it a little bit hard to see. So I'm just gonna do my best to try and follow the pattern that I made. Step number 1 is black outline, and then it's kind of paint by number. I'm just worrying that I made a little bit too intricate of a design. I'm just gonna cut a very small tip so I can do all these details. Dang it. Did not seal up my bag good enough. Okay, let's try this again. I didn't seal it up on the end. Last time I think I used little rubber bands, but I ran out of those and didn't buy more. So we just gotta make sure the end is sealed so that we can not have it coming out the back. Got like an air bubble and then it came out real thick. Scraping it away. Try again. Just gonna start over. Let's reset. Try again. I'm gonna bring you over so you can see a little bit. Okay, I think we have a snowboarder. Now I'm gonna work on, I don't know, I think the chairlift. I obviously made too much again this time, but now we're gonna go in with the colors. Not even sure where to start. I'm gonna do some trees just because those are very obvious. It sure doesn't look like much now because all the details on the front, but fingers crossed. There it is. And we're gonna go put that outside. What I'm really hoping is I didn't lose the detail of like the chairlift and stuff. I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out. But I'm gonna go put it outside to freeze for a few minutes and then we can put the stuff on top of it and put it in the oven for 10 minutes. I don't have a round cake that I'm making, but I don't have another big cake pan. So I am going to use up the rest of my colors by making just maybe a simpler one in case this one doesn't turn out. I don't know. I just get nervous and I have a lot of colors left over, so We're just gonna do a snow border on this other one. Okay, this design is just much simpler. Just in case. Violet is doing very important work behind me. She is rearranging the cabinets. Okay, much simpler design. Again, I don't think you see the magic until you flip it. So I'm gonna go put this out to chill. If nothing else, the colors that I mixed up ended up looking really cool together, so. Oh man. I always make big projects for myself. I filled my bag up too much, I couldn't even set it down. This is just creating the back of the cake. I think we probably could just dump the cake mix on there, but I feel like we might like penetrate through that first layer if you don't put it on gentle enough. So that's why I'm just doing it this way. This is what it says to do, and then, but I do wonder if you could just like put it on by dumping instead of piping. It's a very thin cake, so it only cooks for 10 minutes, at least the round ones. This one might need a couple extra minutes. Woo, okay, well that is doing its thing. I am gonna get ready to do the next one too, but let's put a few things away. Really happy with these colors. They were very true to the color they said they were gonna be. You didn't have to use a lot of gel, so that was nice. Violet has moved on from this to unloading all her bibs. Can you not reach those ones? There you go. Important work, huh? In case it doesn't work out, I was trying to get kind of like these striations in the mountains. That was my goal. You know, this one had like different striations in the snow. So that is what I was trying to recreate. I'm just not sure that it came across. We will see in about 10 minutes. Cake number 2, we got it covered. Now for the last one, I'm just gonna use every last bit of these that I have and use it as the back. This one's gonna have a design on the front and the back. Okay, with that, we just about covered the whole back. We used every last bit of this and it's done. All right. I don't want you too close to the stove when I open it, okay? I'll put you in your chair for just a minute. Okay. And it says to remove it immediately, so we get to see real quick how it turned out. Just heard the doorbell ring and a truck pull up. Fingers crossed that's Hunter's birthday present. Okay, we're gonna loosen around the edges before we do the flip. Here's my concern. I took a long time to fill in the colors after I made the lines, and I felt like some of them started to blur. That's my concern. Otherwise, we'll see. I put my good hot pot holders in the wash, and I don't know if they're done yet, so just having to deal with these ones. Okay. I think it might be cool. I think it might be cool. It came out nicely. Okay, let's do the reveal. I feel like the lighting is so bad. Okay, let's see if we can get some better lighting on it. Cool from the bottom or the top, I don't know. Okay. We will see. All right. That turned out pretty awesome. I wish you could like keep this part because it looks so cool too. You guys, I think we lost a little detail in the chairlift here. I wish I'd made like a brown, but you know, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna take that as a win. That as a win. I'm not sure what happened up here with these lines, but oh, those are the lines from the chairlift. Never mind, that's what those are. Okay, it's pretty. It's cool. I like it. What do you think, Violet? Does it look like a snowboarder? Yeah, you got it. Thank you for the clap. Okay, I think it's time to get out cake number 2. Okay, cake number 2 is ready to go. These are so slippery. All right. All right. Got a little bit funky there with the goggles and glasses, but still pretty cool. Violet needs my attention. Intermission. We'll be back in a little while. I'll be back in a little while. She's gonna be nappy. I'm kind of amazed we still got 3 cakes out of this. All right. All those colors. I am really happy with how this turned out. I did mean to use the bright white here and got confused. I'd made a little bag for the face of the like tan. So I wish this was bright white, but really overall, it looks awesome. All right, it's time for some cleanup. Then we're gonna have a quick lunch and then we'll keep going with the rest of our projects for the day. I am going to be making some avocado toast. I think we'll add some tomatoes as well. And we're gonna be using Graza olive oil as our finishing oil. This is their drizzle olive oil. This one is sizzle. We will be using this to cook our halibut tacos later, but let's focus on this drizzle extra virgin olive oil. So what's so special about this olive oil? It is always fresh and never blended. It is from one type of olive from one place in Spain. They even put the bottle date right here on the side. It says it was bottled 9/20 of 2024 and it's best by 9/20 of 2026. So you know it's fresh. It's not mixed with anything. It's just a beautiful, fresh tasting olive oil. And it costs way less than the fancy stuff. These squeeze bottles that the Graza oil comes in are fantastic. They are opaque so that light doesn't affect the flavor of the olive oil. And then they have the squeezy top so that they're really easy to put in your pan or to perfectly portion out when you're putting them on top of a salad or avocado toast like today. I'm gonna put a little drizzle on before. Ooh, that comes out nice. I'm gonna add a little bit of everything but the bagel seasoning, our tomatoes, and then we're gonna top it off with that beautiful olive oil from Graza, some garlic salt. Okay, Oh, wow. You guys, the flavor is out of this world. Chef's kiss. I'm gonna be like licking the plate with this olive oil that came off. I can't wait till we have like an Italian night and have some crusty bread that we can dip in it. It's gonna be fantastic. So you might be wondering what's the difference between the drizzle and the sizzle olive oil. This has been picked at the beginning of the season. It says it right here on the bottle. Olives are picked very early in the season when they are young, green and hard as rocks. That gives you a more punchy, vibrant flavor for putting it on raw. And then the cooking oil is harvested later in the year, more mature, a bit juicier, and a more mellow taste for cooking. So fun that you have different options and they come together. And the sizzle one goes up to 411 degrees, so you can use it for grilling or cooking on the stove. I'm gonna enjoy this. It really tastes amazing. It's one of those things where you kind of forget how good olive oil tastes until you have some and then you're like, oh, that's what it's supposed to taste like. That's amazing. We are not eating until about 6 o'clock tonight after everyone's home from after school sports and everything, but I am gonna get as much as I can prepped ahead of time. So first up is I'm gonna cut up this halibut and get it marinating because that makes it extra tasty. Now this fish is still a little bit frozen, but that actually makes it really easy to cut up and it will continue to thaw when we put it in the marinade. Just cutting it into chunks. This is beautiful. Fresh caught Alaskan halibut. Okay, it's not fresh. We caught it fresh this summer and then we freeze it and enjoy it all year long. This was caught by somebody in the family. I don't think I ever went halibut fishing this summer because I had a newborn, but Mark and the kids went. So grateful to have good fish, salmon and halibut in the freezer. Violet is back up from her nap. You'll hear her down below me. She is exploring again. I actually cleaned out my cabinets this weekend, so it's a lot easier to clean up after she explored them because there wasn't as much in there for her to pull out, and she had just as much fun. So always feels good to clean and organize and get things put back where they belong. When you got a big family and everybody helps put things away, sometimes things get put in different spots. I got rid of a few things and just simplified the cabinets, and feels real good to know everything has a place. I am making a lot of fish. 1, we want leftovers. 2, Grandma and Grandpa are coming over. And 3, when my boys come home from skiing practice, which there's no snow right now, so it's really just like running and weightlifting practice, they are hungry. So I'm gonna make sure we have enough fish for everybody to have as much as they want and have leftovers for lunches. Hi. Yeah? Unfortunately, I went and checked at the front door and the package that arrived is not one of Hunter's birthday presents. I feel like after the Christmas rush, Amazon has been super slow getting packages, and everything he wanted had to be ordered. So thankfully we celebrate more than one day. I typically celebrate the kid's birthday all week. Mark is gonna take Hunter snowboarding if they can find some snow somewhere up in the mountains on the weekend. And we went out for sushi already to celebrate him. So I like to stretch the celebration out. It's not just the one day. So he will get his gifts. They just will not be on today's celebration. Oh, Miss Luna came. She's been napping all afternoon on my bed. So she came to say hello. Hello, Luna. How are you? She's like, what is that light, Mom? It does kind of make a weird humming noise, doesn't it? It's good to see you. Yeah. Luna and I had some good snuggles this morning before I got up, so. Huh. Not before you were up. You went back to bed. All right, let's finish up this fish. I just got a text from Hunter that he finished all his homework at school, so he's ready to party. And that if his present does come, could I please wrap it up and hide it? My kids like me to hide their gifts so that it like makes it go a little bit longer. They don't just like come out and find them. So when they do arrive, I will wrap them up and hide them. Let's make some taco seasoning. We need to add some oil to this. We're gonna use the sizzle oil since we're gonna be cooking this. We need 2 tablespoons per pound. We've got several pounds here. So I'm just gonna squeeze a bunch on. All right. And then we're gonna add this seasoning mix to some water. Now this is a fish taco seasoning, but sometimes I'll just use regular taco seasoning, and I may actually have to combine some more taco seasoning just because this will not be enough for how much fish I'm making. But we're gonna start with that and then add some traditional taco seasoning. And I could make my own, I know. But where we're at this point in the day, I'm just gonna do that, and then we're gonna add some warm water and get that mixed up and add it into the fish so it can marinate. I need my bag holders. Oops. I have those little bag holders, but they're downstairs with my freeze dryer. This is a little tricky to do with one hand, baby girl. She just wants to be part of the action. I need 2 hands. Can you play for a minute? Here. She's gonna unload her drawer again, full of bibs. Take care of that for us. Okay, now we're gonna get the air out and massage it and then let it marinate. Smells really good. Made kind of a mess here. Oh, I just had a little scare. The younger 2 boys did not come home from school the time that they were supposed to, and Weston was not answering. He has a watch that you can call. And I was just like, this is so weird, they didn't come home. I forgot they started a new after-school club today. This is the first day, and because of the snow day or inclement weather day we had yesterday, it had kind of gotten moved around. So they are safe, figured it out. Now we can get back to cooking. I was like, what am I was going to get in the car to look for them. It's one of those things where you know that it's going on, but then like you forget in that moment because you just kind of get going with your day, you know? So we need to make rice, we need to make pico, we need to make guacamole, and we need to make, I'm gonna make a tomatillo ranch dressing to go with the tacos for today. I decided, let me show you. I found these in the freezer when I went downstairs to get the ice cream earlier, and so I got them out to thaw. I think we're just doing these for dinner unless by some sort of miracle I end up having time to make tortillas, because between now I have to go pick up those boys because of this after school activity and all the other things. I think we're gonna run out of time to make our tortillas from scratch. That's gonna have to be for another day, but we have accomplished a lot today. It's still gonna taste amazing. So let's start with I think the cilantro lime rice. I have 2 different recipes. Both use butter, garlic, chicken broth, lime juice, and cilantro. One adds a thing of green chilies, so I think we'll add that. Ooh, the dishes are piling up. I need help today. I need one person to clean up behind me while I'm working. Can't even find my knife. I just used it. Let's wash that. I was going to wash the dishes when Violet went down for her nap, but she woke up much quicker than I anticipated. So that didn't happen. All right. So these are fire roasted diced green chilies. No heat to these, they're just very mild. You okay, Violet? Need help? Oh, my butter is melting in there, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna add this onion to it. Now I'm gonna chop some more onion for some pico later. Okay, we got our onion and butter in here in the rice cooker. Next we need some cilantro. Hunter loves cilantro, so had to make sure to make a meal with some cilantro in it. Lots of cilantro. I think we're gonna put this stuff into the blender and blend it up. That way, it's just, I think it's good. Blend cilantro, green chilies, and onion and food processor. Then we add them in. So I'm gonna take these onions out, even though we already put them in. Gonna use the blender for this. I do not have a food processor, like we discussed earlier. I know this works well, and we're gonna make our dressing in this, so we're just gonna make it messy and then use it again because it has similar ingredients. Okay, let's get our onions in here with the butter. Okay, so we have this beautiful green, almost looks like pesto. It smells good if you like cilantro. I know people are they love it or they hate it when it comes to cilantro. We are a love it family. So it also calls for lime. Problem is I have two different recipes that I'm looking at and I can't remember which one I like better. One of them calls for zest of a lime. Sounds good to me. Zest a lime into here. I'm gonna add this in here. So I boiled some water to make some chicken broth. I'm actually gonna just mix it up in here to get the rest of this out. All right, we gotta go quick. My alarm just went off, but I set it for early so that I would have a few minutes to go get everything finished before I leave. So, give myself about 5 extra minutes. Okay, we're gonna make our chicken broth right here. Okay. We're making green rice. Gonna be yummy. Smells fantastic. White rice. Let that do its thing. All right, we gotta go pick up the brothers and then we'll be back to finish cooking. I got you. I got you. I got you. Hey, younger boys are now home. It is go time. We gotta get everything ready for dinner. Hair is going up. That means it's go time. We gotta be serious. Okay.
This was surprising.
Hey, anybody that doesn't start their homework can come wash dishes for me.
Mom, this was crazy.
Either start washing dishes or start your homework, please. Or come up. Actually, what you need to do first is empty the dishwasher. That's what you need to do for me.
We have like this. Why do you like to play in the baby? Don't do that. Oh, you're wet.
Only 4 kids in my class. I can do.
I forgot to buy a jalapeno, so no jalapeno for our pico, but that's okay. I do, I think, have some in a jar. Maybe I'll add a little bit of jarred jalapeno.
Can you try some?
Are these super spicy?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Really good.
JYN Junior Nordic News. JYN JNYON Olympic News. No J.
Ah! I am failing at this. Okay, it's gotten a bit chaotic, but we're gonna keep moving. We're making some cilantro creamy tomatillo salad dressing. So these are tomatillos. They have this little husk around them. They're kind of like a little sticky tomato. I don't know why they're sticky though. They're like a little green tomato, but they have this husk on them, and then they always feel sticky when you take
They
them.
don't look like a tomato.
Well, that's a Roma tomato, but they look like a,
That's aroma?
it's called a Roma tomato.
Can I see it?
Oh, it's just like a little green
Whoa.
tomato.
Can I feel it?
Oh, it's sticky.
Yeah, I don't know why they're sticky after you take the husk off.
I
We're gonna put it into the blender.
have a blender. Is there a hard piece in this?
Nope, there's no seed, nope. Can you put this rice away, please, Weston? So I have a little more room here.
You help me get it out.
Yep.
Yes. Molly, no! Yeah.
Cut it in half, just white on the inside. And do 2 of those. No, I'm using that.
So I just was gonna put.
Thank you. And we're gonna add sour cream. Some of them call for milk, some call for sour cream. I need to use up the sour cream, so we're gonna do that.
It was fun. That's what I was doing.
Garlic. More cilantro.
Donut. Minus
Ah!
equal.
Juice of 2 limes. Where's my...
Your sister's right.
Minus 2.
It's obsessed there.
12 minus 2 equals 10.
Okay, now we need some mayonnaise. We're pretty much making our ranch dressing with some ranch powder and then adding the tomatillo, garlic, cilantro, and it makes a yummy dressing. Oh, it's like 1 or 2 jalapenos in there.
Let me try something.
Thank you for unloading the dishwasher. Okay, one more thing. We gotta make some guacamole. And then I'm gonna try and clean up really, really quick.
Quack, quack, quack. Mommy,
This is gonna be what I kind of refer to as cheaters guac because I'm just gonna take that pico I made and add it to these. Yeah, awesome.
Why did you put that in there, Mom?
Because that was a brown part that I didn't want to put.
Get on the lunch.
What do you need? Dada? Some avocado? Want some avocado? Avocado. Here you go. Have some avocado.
How many sausages is it? I'm not going to
Some garlic salt. Stole. He stole something at the store. The olive oil.
Wow, you are dirty.
She is. Okay. Bought.
What's that thing?
What's in the box?
Okay.
No, bought. I bought a car. Bought.
I read what you were going to. Now I got
What?
hot.
Bought. I bought a car at the car lot. Okay, I'm gonna make the whipped cream filling that they suggest for this cake. 2 cups heavy whipping cream, 5 tablespoons confectioner's sugar, salt, vanilla. That's a very small amount of confectioner's sugar, so I think it's more like a whipped cream. It's avocado probably.
I just stand on a table. Yeah.
What?
Go on our new saw.
Mom, terrible one.
It doesn't, Mom, this doesn't make me mush, but you just want to keep eating the beans.
Okay, it's time to cook up our fish. We're gonna use the Sizzle extra virgin olive oil. This is our cooking oil. Oh, that wasn't where I was gonna cook it, but that's okay. I accidentally switched those in my mind. Okay, it'll work great. This one is going to be for tortilla cooking. If you're interested in ordering Graza, code Alaska10 will get you 10% off of your order. You can order by using this QR code here, or you can go down to the description below. I highly recommend it. It's delicious. And when you run out of Graza olive oil, no worries, you can go on their website and simply grab a refill can and refill your bottles, which is awesome. Now let's get this birthday dinner on the table. Sure.
Ooh, yum. Okay.
Mark took over the stove and cooking up the tortillas so that I could move on to working on the cakes and putting the whipped cream on. I started with the round cake and I think it turned out pretty fun. I decided to add this whipped topping and then put some raspberry filling in between the different layers. I thought that would give it a nice flavor. You could also put fresh fruit. Then it was time to get the ice cream cake out of the pan. Using the parchment paper, it worked really well, and I just had to peel it off and get it onto the tray. And then it was time to add a little bit of whipped cream. I thought I could do it kind of fun with a piping bag. Then I realized I didn't have enough, so I just spread it out. And then very, very, very carefully added the top layer of the cake. Hunter absolutely loved the cakes, which is a win. And bonus, we got an extra cake. We put the ice cream cake back outside so that it could stay cold, and then dinner was ready. After a blessing on the food, we served the meal buffet style. I had to get Violet her meal first. She was ready for her fish tacos. I also got a margarita mix with some seltzer water. We do not drink alcohol, but it is a fun little lime drink. We squeezed some fresh limes in it, and everybody enjoyed having a little mocktail as part of the celebration. Hunter loves this kind of drink, so I thought that would be a fun little touch. The food really did turn out amazing. The dressing just like is the chef's kiss on it. The fish turned out fantastic. All of it was just so good. All that hard work paid off with the fresh pico and guac. It was a success. And we just had a lovely dinner together, eating and talking and celebrating Hunter. Happy birthday, dear Hunter. Happy birthday to you. It's not your birthday, please don't do that.
And Manny's flipboarding.
Days after. Yoink, yoink, yoink.
Push it down. You didn't
yoink,
even get wax on the cake.
In case you're wondering, both cakes tasted fantastic. The raspberry jam was awesome in between the layers with the whipped cream. I just think this is a great option because it doesn't have tons of frosting. I don't particularly love excess frosting. I do have to say the winner was the ice cream cake. I just like the simplicity of having the cake and the ice cream all in one. It was a win. All right, friends, I'm exhausted. The food was awesome. We think his present came and is in the mailbox, but something was wrong with the key and we couldn't get the mailbox to open. So we had a few losses tonight, but overall, total win. The cake was amazing. The food was amazing. It was fun to have Grandma and Grandpa over. We're grateful for each and every one of you that spends time with us and cheers us on. I don't know how we have a 15-year-old. It just blows my mind that he's that old. Next year he'll be driving. He has his learner's permit. He's a good kid. Thank you for coming along today. We're so grateful for each and every one of you that spends time with us. And we'll see you again real soon for more of This Alaska Life. Good night.